Assalamu alaikum class. Our today's message of the day is: there is no piece of flesh more beloved to Allah than a truthful tongue, and there is no piece of flesh more hateful to Allah than a lying tongue. Today we will learn about evolution of different modes of transport over time. How do you spend your holidays? Many of us go for a picnic or visit a relative who lives in another city, either by traveling through bus, car, aeroplane, or any other vehicle. But can we go somewhere when there is no car, no bus, or no train? Answer is no. We cannot go anywhere as walking on foot to longer distance is not possible. If you see all the vehicles used today, such as cars, buses, auto rickshaws, what is common in all these? It is a wheel. So one of the major invention in the history of humans is wheel. It is the invention of wheels which led to the various modes of transport which we see and use today. So you may wonder, then how did people travel or carry goods from one place to another in olden days when there was no bus, no car? Or how did the humans come up with a strange idea that round things would roll and carry things forward? Let us see that how it all started. Well, in ancient days, life was hard. People used to walk on foot and carry load on their back, so longer distances could not be covered easily. Later, people learned to domesticate animals. They used animals like horses, donkeys for carrying load. Our ancestors might have seen the log of wood or stone rolling down a hill. It gave them the idea that the circular piece of log or stone can easily move forward by rolling. They cut circular piece of log or stone and thus made a wheel. Now you know that why wheels are circular and not square. Then they realized that if they fix this wheel under a log or wooden plank, it would be easy to carry heavy load on that plank. Thus first cart was made. Slowly they made wheels better and better. The ancient wheels were made from heavy stone or wooden block. They were not perfectly round. Humans gradually made perfect round wheels from the wood. Later, wheels were made with spokes which were lighter but strong and durable. Heavier loads and greater distance could be covered easily using animal-driven carts and carriages. Nowadays, there are wheels which can even carry the weight of huge elephants, like the wheels of big trucks or trains. While wheels kept rolling on land, what about water? You know, our ancestors might have seen a log or big branches of trees floating on the water. It gave them the idea that they can cross the river on floating logs. Then they used hollow trunks so that they could not only sit properly with less danger of falling in the river, but can also carry loads. Thus, they made small boats using the hollow trunks of trees. Seeing all the fish swimming so fast and effortlessly, our ancestors realized that if they made boat in the shape of a fish, that is streamlined, the boat could also go faster. They also learned to make better boats by joining several wooden planks. Thus they could make bigger ships from wooden planks. They made ship with sail for longer voyage in the sea. This beautiful ship was called caravel. Then came the steam engine. With time, steam engine was made so powerful that it could hold many carriages at a time. And thus, train was born. Then came the bicycles, motorcycles, and automobiles. And thus, wheel kept on rolling faster and faster. So minute observations and imaginations of our ancestors changed the history. We all feel bad when we see the birds flying, as we cannot fly. So aeroplane was invented in the starting of 20th century and humans started flying just like birds. Now humans can fly out of the earth and reach the moon in a rocket. Even birds can't do that. Now we will see evolution of transport from 18th century to the present. The earliest steam-powered car we know about was finished as early as 1769 by French inventor Nicolas Cugnot. It was a large three-wheeled vehicle propelled by a steam engine. A steam engine is an external combustion engine in which fuel is combusted outside the engine. Steam engine helped to improve productivity and increase efficiency. For example, later innovations such as steam train and boat used steam engine technology to revolutionize transportation. In June 1783, the Montgolfier brothers first publicly demonstrated an unmanned hot air balloon. Then in September 1783, their first balloon, Aerostat Revlon, was flown with the first non-human living creatures in a basket attached to the balloon. The passengers were a duck, a sheep, and a rooster. This demonstration was performed before a crowd at a royal palace in Versailles. The craft landed safely after flying. This paved the way for further exploration of sky. Before planes, cars, trucks, and airplanes existed, rivers were used for travel. They carried people and goods from one place to another. River travel was often slow because speed of travel depended on the river current and manpower. That all changed with the introduction of steam-powered boats. The steam-powered boats could travel at the astonishing speed of up to 5 miles per hour. They soon revolutionized river travel and trade and dominated the waterways. In 1807, the first steamship sailed along the Hudson River, New York. Ships driven by steam had greater power, enabling faster water transport. Also, development of steam trains increased the ability of industrialized nations to transport people and goods at long distances. This allowed industrialized nations such as Britain to move goods to market and to transport raw materials into factories. In 1825, railway became the fastest and most popular land transport for both passengers and cargoes. In 1869, airships were the first aircraft to cross the Atlantic Ocean, but they were not used until the 1920s. Airship is a type of aerostat or lighter than air aircraft that can navigate through the air under its own power. Aerostats gain their lift from a lifting gas that is less dense than the surrounding air. In 1885, use of internal combustion engine introduced automobiles to the world, which replaced carriages drawn by animals. Today, motor vehicle is the most common mode of transport in the world. Internal combustion engines are the most broadly applied and widely used power generating devices currently in existence, and transforms thermal energy of the burning air fuel mixture into mechanical energy. Wright brothers, Orville and Wilbur, were two American aviation pioneers generally credited with inventing, building, and flying the world's first successful motor operated airplane. After their success in 1903, they continued to edit and improve their work. In 1908, they developed a plane that could not only go on longer flights but could carry two people. They continued to spread their designs and teach people how to operate their planes. Today, pilots of modern airplanes still use the control system developed by the Wright brothers over 100 years ago. Their success was the first powered, controlled, and sustained flight. There were other technological advancements such as bullet train in Japan, maglev train in Shanghai, and space shuttle for space exploration. Shinkansen train is the term used to describe bullet train in Japan, sometimes referred to as super express services in English. Shinkansen trains mostly run on dedicated tracks and stops only at major stations. They are operated by Japan Railway Group companies and feature some of the fastest trains in the world. Shanghai Maglev train is the world's fastest commercially operating train. Who knows what transportation technology will bring in the future? Are you going to be the next scientist or inventor who creates the next new transportation technology? Now look at these pictures. Then see these 5 statements. Now what you have to do is to complete these sentences by choosing modes of transport people might have used in the past. You can use more than one for each sentence. I am reading these sentences for you. In the past, people did not have motorboats. Instead, In the past, people did not have aeroplanes. Instead, In the past, people did not have motorbikes. Instead, In the past, people did not have cars. Instead, In the past, people did not have trains. Instead, Once you are done with this, there is another activity for you. Surf the internet to find out more about ancient modes of transport which are not discussed in this lesson. What have humans gained and lost from the development of these modes of transport? And what kind of impact do you think they have on our quality of life? This was all about evolution of transport.